There's a problem in Kiambu County. Alcohol and other hard-drug addiction are on the rise. This is adversely affecting families in this region. Our reporter Nemekene Samuel went undercover in Kiganjo, Kiambu County to understand how easily these illicit brews are available to the common mwananchi in this region. This is a story of the Kiambu Homebreakers.
Last month, our news desk got testimonials from two men in Kiambu County. They are both from well-off families in the mountain region, but claim that alcohol and other hard drugs are slowly eating their lives away. Alcohol has destroyed men and women of this region, and families have been broken beyond repair. This prompted us to go undercover in Kiganjo town in Kiambu County to unearth what is ailing the men and women in Kiambu County. Ironically, Kiganjo is home to the main police college in the country. My name is Nemekene Samuel, and this is the Kiambu Homebreakers. Our journey started in Nairobi. This is Kennedy, who hails from Kiambu County, the only child of a single mom. He got into alcoholism after losing two of his younger siblings in his arms. The fateful sin has refused to leave his mind, he says.
Brother yako na sister yako umewaua ndio ubaki peke yako, sasa kula kenye ulikuwa unataka kuku. You see, some things I passed through a lot of traumatizing things, na ndo zilinifanya nikaingia kwa pombe, nikaanza kuvuta banki, nikaanza kuengage na kampani mbaya.
This is Peter. He was a great football player in this region before he was introduced to drugs.
When nilikuwa nachezea ball at that time, most of the guys walikuwa wanatumia drugs. No. So hapo ndo nilianza kujiingisha kwa story na bangi, na pombe.
This is a testimony from a man in Gatundu sub-county. I can't move out of my father's farm because he's rich. I did not join the university because after Form 4 my dad opened for me a wholesale to sell shoes and also gave me a car to use for my transport needs. 4 years down the line my business collapsed and I had nothing to do but just sit at home. I later married and I stayed with my wife in my dad's house. I am 40 years old. I am regretting because I can't move out because I have been a drug addict since Form 2. I can't do anything on my own. This man is from Kiganjo in Kiambu County. My dad died while I was in first year in University of Nairobi. He left a farm and rental houses in Ruiru that I was to own. My mom came back after 6 years and I had sold half of the property. I used the money to party and enjoy with my village peers. My mom came back and froze all the assets. I was so depressed. I was already an addict. I could only afford Muratina. I am hopeless, but I believe opening up will help me change. This problem is worse in Kiganjo. We head off to Gatundu sub-county to meet Father Peter Mwigai, the parish priest of the Martyrs of Uganda Catholic Parish, the home parish of President Uhuru Kenyatta.
I have no record of so many families and homes that have experienced the breakages because of alcoholism. Yes, somebody may doubt.
Father Peter claims alcoholism in this area is more of a traditional problem.
I put it whatever. To me, when I came here 3 years ago, you can actually see it is a little bit traditional. But it has been actually continuing slowly but surely in the villages, and they are very comfortable about the same. So nataka nianzie kule chini.
Father Peter's sentiments prompted us to get to the bottom of this behavior that was adversely affecting the livelihoods of people in this area. We visit Kiganjo town to discover how easily the illicit brews are available to the local mwananchi here. I posed as a bad boy who wants a drink to party during the weekend. This is part of our undercover strategy. We meet this young boy and request him to take us to the nearest center where Muratina is sold. He agrees, and I hop onto his motorbike and head to an unknown destination. On our way, another young man hops on the same motorbike behind me, so at this point I can no longer record as I am sandwiched between the two. After riding on the motorbike for about 15 minutes, we park the bike and walk towards the Muratina Dane. We walk for the next 10 minutes before we get to the actual place. As we arrive, a middle-aged man appears from the den, and at this point, we cannot record because he looks at us very suspiciously. The man is the Muratina seller. As everybody takes a sip, I convince the man that the Muratina is meant to be used in the weekend party. Alive. In less than an hour, we were able to acquire this bottle of Muratina. I am in Kiambu County, Limuru sub-county. Now here, I've come to meet 3 women who underwent gender-based violence, mainly from husbands who were under the influence of alcohol and other hard drugs. Follow me. The impact of alcohol and substance abuse in this region is mainly affecting women and children.
Lakini kuna wakati ilifika akaanza kuvuta mbangi na kukunywa pombe. Sasa kifika kwa nyumba kila saa ni vita. Hakuna kusaidia. Mkifika hata chenye mmetafuta cha kukula anakuja anawavuluga mwezi kula.
We will call her Jane. Jane was raised by her grandmother in the village, but due to financial constraints, she could not proceed with school past class 8, so she dropped out of school at grade 8, and so she was exposed to early marriage, and this was where all hell broke loose.
Siku moja akakuja na panga kwa nyumba, kama amevuta bangi, ameshika kwa mkono. Akatuambia nyinyi nyote nje. Tukatoka nje, tukalala kwa neighbor. Sasa ndio hiyo siku niliona hii maisha siwezi. Tena alikuwa ananithreaten, unajua ukikataa kwenda wewe nitakuua.
For over 17 years, Jane claims to have been tortured by her drunkard husband, and poverty could not let her leave this abusive marriage.
Akishalewa, akishavuta mbangi, anakuwa mtu wa vita. Vita kila saa kuchapwa. Hata nikiwa nimepasuliwa hivi tu nilichapwa. Nikiwa nimepata mtoto na wiki 2.
By the time alikuja kuudwa niko na ball, ndio mambo ikahappen. Hataki mimba, hataki mtoto, aliniambia sio type ya kulea watoto. Yeye ameishi kuzaa na wanawake wakienda. Hata kuleta watoto wa wanawake wengine huko wenye wamezaa nao veleni.
We will call her Mary. Mary was married to a KDF soldier from this region who was an advent addict of hard drugs.
Tulipata Nairobi mimi nikitafuta kazi. Ndio tukapatana kwa stage, akaniambia anaweza nitafutia kazi. Na hata ningeenda kwake siku niende kuoleka. Nilikuwa nimeniambia naweza kama ninaweza kaa huko kwa ushago, anaweza nitafutia na mkalisa kwa nakaa kwa nyumba yake na tanafanya kazi yangu nikirudi huko nikae kwake. Atakuwa ananilipa kama kawaida kumwangalilia tu nyumba. Kwa ni watu wana nguvu sana, wako wengi kwa serikali, lakini yeye anaweza fanya chochote mbele na watu hiyo. Hata kama wadaza ya kulevya inachangia pakubwa sana. Yeye hawezi kula, hawezi ongea kama hajatumia bangi.
Mary says she was chased out of her matrimonial home by her in-laws.
Sababu najua babake mahali yako, nikasema acha nipeleke mtoto, maybe ako na utume baki ndani yake, anaweza chukua mtoto wake. Nini hata nikajitafutia mahali pa kuishi. Basi kufika pale hakutuhurumia, alituacha nje, kulikuwa kunanyesha. Alinipiga vibaya sana vile nikamwambia siwezi hata na mtoto mahali popote. Alinipiga akatupa nje na akatisha akinipanda hapo kwa mlango wake ataniua, akarudia bunduki kwa nyuma, ndio nikajiondoa hapo nikachukua mtoto.
This is Pacifica Ongecha, an Iron lady who owns a rescue center for women who have undergone gender-based violence. She was once a victim of this vice.
Nasema hizi kesi zimekuwa mingi kwa sababu watu wengi, wanaume wengi wamekosa kuwa na jukumu. Wanaondokea majukumu yao, na katika hiyo harakati unaona wanaleta kufuruga katika boma zao.
Back in Gatundu, Father Peter says the church has taken the center stage in the fight against alcohol abuse in the region.
The boy child. I am working with the men of this parish and the Catholic Church. They are called Catholic Men Association, CMA. We have a team, and all of them, we are cooperating to see that we are taking care of our boy child.
Nafikiri serikali hata kama tunataka revenue, tukiangalia upande unaweza saidia sana.
Evans Munene, an assistant chief in Waithaka area, a town that is on the border of Nairobi and Kiambu counties, claim that the rise of alcohol business joints in this area has affected largely the fight against this vice.
In a certain area unapata vilabu zinakuwa mingi sana. Lakini sasa ile shida iko ni sababu sisi kama upande ya administration hatuna control ya license ngapi zinapewa in a certain area. Although tuna raise complaint wakati tumeona inaleta public outcry, tunapeana hiyo complaint kwa the licensing body.
Do you remember our initial case studies, Peter and Kennedy? Peter now owns a rehabilitation center in Waithaka, and Kennedy is now in rehab trying to revamp his life. Namukana Samuel, Switch TV, Nairobi.
Well, thank you, Namukana Samuel, for highlighting that. Mama Kamau from Gatundu says, thank you, Switch TV, for highlighting this problem. It has stolen our young men. Jacinta from Muranga says, it is the same here in Muranga County. Please come and highlight the same. Well, our young men have been robbed by, illicit brews and hard drugs. It is time maybe we change that. It's now time for sports news with Cedric Oronjo.